I need to do something with my porch on the house. I've got a porch I set up there for temporary about 10 years ago, and it kind of pulled loose from the wall. The roof did. Snow falling off the upper roof come down on it, and one of the supports kind of moved out of the way a little bit, so it wasn't giving it full support, so it's kind of pulling loose from the wall. Oh, it's about time I started doing something up there. Oh, I'm gonna make a new porch. I've got some 4-inch pipe to use for pilings, and this is a piece of 6-inch I-beam that we've had. I'm going to use it to make a cross piece on that, and then I've got some 6-inch channel that we'll use for stringers on it. Well, this piece of I-beam is something we got several years ago with a tarp building that we had. It's I think 17 feet long or so. One end of it is bent up to make a skid, and it's got some 3-inch pipe welded onto it, steel pipe, and then the aluminum uprights for the pole building fit into those sockets. Well, that thing has been long gone, so I've had these stored out here for a few years. So I'm going to knock these pipes off of here. I'll get the cutting torch out, trim these sockets off of there, and then trim this up to 16 feet. And then we'll set it aside and start working on the other pieces. Got all those sockets burned off of there. I tipped that up now. I'll take the grinder and smooth out all the slag and stuff. I got 3 of these socket positions cleaned up. The weld bead that was left over and the slag and stuff cleaned up off of them. I got 2 more left to do, but I think I've got just about all off of this grinding wheel that I'm going to get. I might do 1 more of them, but I'm going to have to run to town. I don't have any more grinding wheels left here. I'm going to have to run to town and get some more grinding wheels for this thing to finish this job up, especially considering I've got more to do yet. I didn't think I was going to have to, but once I got to looking at it, this end was pretty rough. So I went ahead and marked it out and took the torch and cut it off square. It's just mostly cosmetic. It may be sometime in the future I want to butt another piece up to it and weld up to it. But for now it's just cosmetic. So anyway, I marked that off, squared it up, and thanks to Bob Moffett on weld.com for his tips on using a acetylene torch for cutting. I actually didn't do too bad of a job on there. It's not near as good as what he does, of course, but it's not too bad. A little bit of work with the grinder now, and that'll be pretty nice. So now I'm going to measure this piece off 16 feet long and do the same thing and cut that off square. This piece will need to be wire brushed, cleaned up a little bit and stuff, and we'll want to paint it, but otherwise that'll be done. Well, here's the other end all cut off. And that's within a 30-second. It's just a 30-second over, and yeah, that's pretty darn good, I think, for what I am. Well, thanks, Bob Moffett, for your videos and your help there, your tutoring. That turned out pretty good. Oh, that piece is done. It took me longer to do that today than I expected. It's getting dark now. Must be almost 3 o'clock. Oh, about done here for today. I won't be able to do any of the rest of those, but like I said, this took me longer than I expected. It started raining in the middle of the first batch of it, part of it, and drizzling, so I went off and did some other things, getting ready for a different project. So this one, we'll go over it with a wire brush and knock the loose rust and stuff off of it, and it's ready to go. Oh, that'll be, that's 3 1/4 inches wide, so I may be welding a plate on top of those. I got 4-inch piling to put in, 4-inch schedule 80 pipe to put in for piling, and so I may put a plate on top of those and then weld that to the plate. I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but that'll be my main beam, my main stringer for the outside of the porch, and that'll be supported with pilings on each end and one in the middle, and then I'm going to run 6-inch channel iron over to the sill plate on the wall, and I've got to put an end plate on those. So that's what I'll do tomorrow. I'll work on those channel irons and the end plates tomorrow.